Wow, 97%.
Got it.
You can see that with a confidence 97%.
Sir, we are live now. We can start.
Okay, I'll go then. Okay, good evening, folks, or good morning, or whatever the time is. We are happy to be in another live session. This live session is primarily dedicated to the exam that if some of you have signed up for the exam, we will try to focus on that, and also other queries and status updates that we see from the discussion forum or from any of your questions. I can see nobody is logged into our Zoom chat, but if you're watching it live on YouTube chat, if you want to ask some questions, we would definitely be happy to take that questions there as well. If not, if you're watching this as a YouTube recording and you do get a question based on what we have said, please go to the discussion forum of the course and post it there. We'll be happy to answer them. Your questions there, your queries there. So with that, I will kick off the proceedings with first of all introducing I have in the call. I have with me Siddharth and Professor Dmitry. Say hello, both of you.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Dmitry Kucharavy from Strasbourg. I'm working as a part-time professor and researcher at AM Strasbourg Business School. And this is a third time that we deliver this course for NPTEL online. And I'm glad to see that there are people who are interested about predicting future of technologies to take strategic decisions.
Okay, thank you. Siddharth, say hello.
Hello everyone, welcome to you all from Siddharth from Pune. Over to you, Bala sir. Thanks.
Okay, that is short and sweet. Okay. One of the first few updates, and this is something that I wanted to cover in the discussion forum itself, but I thought I'll take this opportunity, we're meeting it here anyway, to first of all do that, is two updates. One is regarding the Loglet Labs server. As I don't know if you know of this, there's a thing called Murphy's Law. I don't know if it really exists or not. But Murphy's laws say that whenever you're trying to get something to show a demonstration to somebody, or you're trying to get something up and running, that's exactly when things fail. And it exactly happened with our virtual machine that we are running, our Loglet server. It was running, I swear it was running an hour before week 4 content was about to be released. But once content was released, the server went down and we have not been able to figure out what's going on. Where is the problem? So I ping the server, it seems to be working, but when I try to log in, it doesn't allow me. The system administrator is also breaking their head over what's going on. So, but some of you have been smart enough to figure out that there is a parallel server on the folks who loaned us their code, shared the code with us, PHE from New York. That university server is still up and running. It is not a high-performance server, but it does the job as according to them. It does the job, and some of you were resourceful enough to figure this out. You did a query and figured this out, and you've done the assignment 4, based on this server. Which leads us to the next update, which is assignment 4 has given, we tested it ourselves, all 3 of us, and we found a range of values that were acceptable to us. Somehow, again, magically, I don't know, some of your results are falling outside, and I no offense to any of you or all our tests, somehow this is not fitting in very well. So we had a brief discussion of this, and we have leaned towards the learners, a benefit of doubt to the learners, and we have decided to, whoever has attempted these assignments, whatever your answer is, we are going to give you those points. Of course, you have to have attempted that quiz and attempted those questions, then you get those points. So Siddharth has kindly taken up the responsibility to make sure that the learners have those points. So that's the administrative side of things. Now, for me, it's been racking my head also, and I wanted to ask this query. And before we joined in this call, we did pose the same question to Professor Dmitry, and we said, is this even possible that we click the fit button 5-6 times? Does the value vary? What's going on? What's really going on? What's the science behind this? What's really going on? So over to you, Professor Dmitry, for giving us the exact explanation of what's really going on there.
Yeah, I will try my best in order to make it clear in a short time. But of course, I rely to some of your knowledge in statistic or in analysis of time series. Just a second, I need, I'd like to share my screen now in order to show you what I'm talking about. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Dmitry. Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah. In fact, I'm in loglet analysis, and I'm using set of data about the revenue of music media in United States, but for the particular technology, CD and DVD technology. Okay. If you'd like to repeat what I'm doing, you can retrieve this data in another part of the website, logistic substitution. But now I don't want to complicate your mind. I'd like just to be focused about logistic S-curve. So what we are doing, first, we prepare the time series data and we guess parameters, okay? When we guess parameters, so this is the first step, that algorithm try on the basis of time series data to identify the parameters of upper limit of growth, mid-time of growth, and time of exponential growth. And after that, we make a fit. This is a second step. The algorithm, starting from this guess, preliminary guess, try to feed the data, okay? And you can see that it takes time sometimes, okay? It try to feed the data, it try to make approximation of the function, logistic function, to the data points. And when it does, what does it do? It try to improve several statistic parameters. In particularly, just in order to understand, it try to improve R square. R square, what does it mean, R square, if I try to make it oversimplified, okay? In fact, when you feed the data with a function, you have always the difference, which we name residuals, between data point and function itself. You can see that data points and function, there is a gap. But these residuals, they can be measured more detailed, and we can see what for this time series data, this is a 0, this is a how function is working, pure mathematical function. And this is a difference between when we feed the function, what really happened, the computer algorithm making several runs with a target. This is kind of machine learning algorithm that try to reduce, increase this towards to 1, R square. It try to improve other parameters as well. But for me, in order just to, for sake of simplicity of explanation, I keep it like that, okay? So we try to reduce the distance between all points, not just between 3 points. 3 points, they are perfectly, but all the points. So that's why if I, for instance, feed the function, once again, the result can be different. But watch out here, because here, what we have an average result according to this feed with what program can do. Bell-shaped curve, I suppose you understand that this is a curve of rate of changes that we don't use really so much. What we use for the forecasting, we use logistic S-curve and what we use our Fisher-Price transform for logistic substitution model. Look now, if you try to go one step more in details. If I say, okay, I would like to predict my future according to available time series with a confidence interval 97. Okay, I'd like to be, okay, let's keep 90. 90%, it's not 90%, but the confidence interval 90, and when we feed, we can see that our feed, okay, really about the future, it's not one value. This is a range of value. For instance, according to this time series data, it was predicted that in 2012, for instance, the upper limit of growth can be $20,000 million or somehow 12,000. This is a range. It shows us once again that our way to make approximation, okay, we have residuals always, but the function, mathematical function, what does it do for us on the basis of available data? It tries to continue according to the selected mathematical function. So that's why that's normal. If you click, for instance, 6 times and you can receive different results, it's pretty normal because each approach, each time the system tries to improve the quality of fit. What do you think? Did I answer the question or we still need to elaborate? Because if, for instance, I will change the confidence interval a bit more stronger, I will see that the result will be a bit different. You see, this is a result of my prediction.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Dmitry. As far as I understood it, it is trying to make a guess from and is trying to fit the model at its best value based on what are the initial parameters. So guess parameters, when we click it first, becomes important. So what are the initial values? So in maths, we have this, mathematics, we have this concept of local minimization and global minimization, or global fit and local fit. So what the computer program is trying to do is to try and see where it fits in the interval that is given to it. And it will do it within whatever confidence you will give it. 90% would mean it would not vary it more than 10% on each side. 97 would mean that it would not vary it by more than 3% on each side, which means they're tighter fit. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And in fact, this is a starting point. The guess parameter, this is a starting point from which our functions start to make trial to feed the data.
Got it. So depending on what they start out with, if you click fit, it's going to look for the intervals on both sides of what it started off with and trying to minimize it on that. So the initial value is going to be critical.
Yeah, but you can, here, what is nice with Loglet Lab software, you have a hand to change it if you like. Okay. For instance, look, I remove the data point for, and I said that my starting point is 0.8. Okay, and I don't touch others. Okay, this is my guess parameters. You can guess parameters automatically, or you can put your estimate here. Okay, according to your study, according to your analysis of time series data. Okay, and you can start with this. And when you start to feed, for simplicity, let me make fit with a without confidence interval. Okay. You can see that the result, if you compare what we have now with what we had before, it's slightly different. the midterm 1998, the time of growth 13.8 years, and upper limit of growth. Okay.
I get
I
it.
did not record it, but so
This
you have
2003,
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you feed, for instance, without this displacement, what I did, in fact, I made assumption that a growth process started not from zero, but from certain value. Now I untick everything, okay? There is nothing ticked. And now I try to fit. As soon that system did it already, it used already what was previous fit, because I didn't change the data. As soon as I change the data, each time the algorithms try to improve the quality of fit in order to reduce these residuals. And when I look, these residuals are not so big. In fact, standardized residuals from 0 to 1.5, that's okay. For me, if to be practical, for me, the more question is, now we go really a bit more in detail. This is a bit alarming that it is regularly repeating, you know. When we see the regularities in the residuals, it shows to us probably we have two processes inside of one that we try to fit. But this is a topic of the workshop that we are going to suggest in June in live sessions, not for MOOC course.
Got it.
Is it okay?
Yep, this is perfect. This is perfect. So
This is how do we make a fit here? Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
And how do we learn? This is how do we learn from the fit and how we try to improve the fit.
Got it. Excellent. Thank you so much, Professor Dmitry.
You're welcome.
Expanding on the questions. So I just wanted to check if there are any questions. I think we have a couple of participants logged in. If there are any questions or queries from your side, we will take that before we get on to the exam and the format and all that stuff, the exam related. This I thought we should address first, the assignment 4 and the log letter.
Mm-hmm.
Dilip and Anshul, do you have any questions for us?
In my case, I'd like just to repeat for the participants who are joining us or who is going to watch this as a recording. This MOOC course, this is kind of introduction. Imagine there is a book and there is an introduction part. This MOOC course, this is just introduction into the very interesting field of technology forecasting for strategic decision making. If you are interested about, we are going to suggest for you the course which will be based on your projects. You will arrive with your subject that you are interested to forecast, and using methodologies which are extension of what you learned within this MOOC, you will be capable to take reliable results. Yeah, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I think this is important, Professor Dmitry, is that this is a highly intensive course based on application, but we've covered the basics of what you need to know as nuts and bolts before you can start off. So we can't start on a platform without any platform. So we have set the base for via this course, so that you have at least you're aware of it. You're tuned to this kind of thinking. You're tuned to what is required for technology forecasting. So this sets the base for that. And then when you apply it, you know, oh, aha, that's what they were talking about. And you see it happen. So kind of similar with other disciplines also, particularly technology forecasting in my mind. So we can start off with the exam, so to speak. So yes, okay, let me finish that. What Professor Dmitry started is in June, we are going to have a workshop. and is open to all the alumni of this course. Whoever has completed this course, whether they've taken the exam or not, doesn't matter. As long as they've finished the registered for this course, they are eligible to apply for the workshop. This will be in June of this year. NPTEL will send out announcements for registering and enrolling into this course. So I think it's like 1,000 rupees for registering, and you get 800 rupees back if you attend the course completely. So it's in effect, it's like 200 rupees per, something like that. Okay, don't hold me on these numbers. This is what I've seen in another course. So there you go. All right. So with respect to exams, our format is very similar to what we've I don't think we covered that at all. Maybe I'll start off. So the format is the following. 50% of it is going to be based on assignments and objective sort of questions. So whatever you've seen as assignments in this course, the first half of the paper is going to be based on that. Okay, so if you are familiar with the concepts that we have covered via the videos, if you're familiar with the concepts, the transcripts, if you don't have the time to look through all the videos, read through the transcripts. This is a best practice that our previous learners have told us, shared with other students. So you can look at the transcripts, read through them, and those will help you familiarize yourself with the what we expect in the first half of the exam. The second half of the exam is going to be case-based. What does that mean? Case-based will mean that you will be given a small a case. We will highlight what is the real life situation. It could be in a company, it could be in an academic organization, it could be a consulting organization. Very, very relatable. Wherever technology forecasting for strategic decision making is applicable or has been applied from our experience, we have given those as examples. You don't have to be a tech whiz to understand the nuances of the case. It's going to be at a reasonable level. But we have already mentioned that you need to be I think there is a prerequisite for this course. So if you have qualified for that, then you should be able to understand the case, what we have mentioned about. Okay, that is the first part. The second part is that there will be 5 questions or 7 questions or something like that as a follow-up of each of these cases. And it will be based on application of the concepts that you're familiarized yourself during this course. So, and you will get to know, and you will have to choose. So all of these questions will be multiple choice or multi-select. What does that mean? Either there is one correct answer and you select using a radio button. Radio button is a round button that you can choose, or it could be a checkbox. When there are multiple correct answers for the same question, it appears as a tick mark. That's what you will see, and you have to select. And usually in all these multi-select questions, you will have check all that apply at the end of the question. So thereby giving you a hint that it's not just one correct answer, but there are multiple correct answers. And Siddharth, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is partial marking also. Which means that if you got, let's say there are 3 correct answers among the 4 options, and you've chosen 2 of them to be correct, you will still get partial marks for those 2. Correct?
Just sharing my screen just in case as an application that we
talking in the air, and he's given us something that is concrete. Okay. All right.
Yes, we do have partial scoring as well. Yes, Bala sir, going back to that point you were talking on.
Sorry, say that again.
We do have partial scoring as well. You were mentioning about that.
Okay, yes. So we do have partial marking, which means if you get 2 out of 3, let's say in a question, then you get partial marks for those 2 correct answers. However, this is what I'm told that, however, if you've chosen a wrong option, you do not get credit for that. Again, this is what I learned from another course. So watch out for those wrong options. So if you're absolutely sure that it is wrong, don't choose it. But if you're not sure if it is right or not, you're okay to leave it. So it's sort of a thing that you have to pick up. So in multi-select, there's a little bit of thinking that you may have to do, and that's our idea really. This is to test. So in the objectives, multiple choice where there's one correct answer, you clearly know there'll be a couple of them will be really close, but most of it you'll be able to guess. But however, if in a multi-select scenario, you have to be a little more sure. That's what our objective is, to figure out if you really internalize the concept or are you just guessing right answers. So that's okay. So you want to cover this, Siddharth? I've been talking on for a while now.
Nothing much. You actually covered this part as well. So like you mentioned, there's 50-50 segregation of the final exam where there'll be certain multiple choice questions and there are application based questions. So this is one of those application based questions from our previous year question papers.
Hey,
And this
may I
is
request you
what
to
it
put
would
it on slideshow mode so that it's more readable? Yeah, that much better. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. So this is what a question or a passage or an application based question would look like in the final exam. And so these are some follow-up questions where you may have to attempt these questions based on the passage that is based on the application that was given.
Yes. So each of these questions will have 4 options under those. For example, in question 2, it says check all that apply at the end. That means it's going to have multiple answers to that question. The options that you'll have to choose many of those. So, so these 4 questions will be based on the case that Siddharth just showed about David and Mahima's case. And you will have to answer based on what you know about in the course. So this is how a typical format will be. This is the second half of it. The first half will have multiple choice and multiple select on the content of the course. You can read the transcripts or watch the video, or if you watched it, you've done it, you're thorough, then you can revise yourself with the transcript. And these case-based questions will be similar to what is there. And as a disclaimer, this question will not appear in your exam. Okay, so so this is a sample question. We are sure will not appear in your exam. Okay, so some learners have come back and said, "Is this going to appear in the exam?" I said, "No, it's not going to. It's just a sample question."
Oh no, we are already giving marks in assignment 4.
Right. This is a bonus, right? I get it.
Right. Yep, that's
Okay,
what I
thank you
wanted
so
to
much,
share.
Siddharth, for that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Dilip and Anshul are sole participants. Are there any questions regarding the exam, hall tickets, exam date, location, everything? If you're covered, let us know. Yeah, so those are things that we would definitely would like to, or anything about the format, anything about the course, or if you want to share some thoughts, concerns, this will be a good sort of forum for that. I don't see any questions.
Yeah, I see some comment that there is no questions.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, super.
Anshul asks, what are the total number of questions?
Ooh, okay, I'm going to plead ignorance here. I have no recollection of how many there were. Do you remember,
Yes,
Siddharth?
no.
No.
They will be enough.
And
They
then
will be enough.
like the answer.
They will be enough in order to provide you evaluation, and on the basis of this evaluation, you will take your certificate, or probably not. I don't know. It's up to you.
Right. So the criteria for the certificates, I'm just pulling out from the frequently asked questions, is that 25% weightage goes to your assignment marks. And you should have attempted at least 3 out of 4 possible assignments. If you have attempted all 4, best 3 marks from your assignments will be considered. You should have got at least 10% out of that 25%. And from the final exam, 75% weightage is given to your final percentage. I think there are a total of 50 marks in our exam, but that will be considered as 75. They have an algorithm to convert that, a simple one, not anything complicated. So 50 marks will be converted to 75% weightage, and you're supposed to get at least 30 out of that 75. So that's 10 from the assignments and 30 from the final exam, and a total of at least 40 to go ahead with your certificate. And I was coming to that, Dilip. Thank you, Seamus, for asking that. This is another frequently asked questions. There are no negative marks, so you can attempt as many, but keep in mind the multi-select options. If you're absolutely sure it's wrong option, you can leave it. And that's the only warning I can give you because of this partial scoring stuff. Otherwise, multiple choice, you can attempt as many as you want. There's no negative marks for that. In fact, I would suggest if you're not sure in multiple choice, go ahead and pick one anyway. Don't leave it blank, because sometimes we will review it, of course, based on your response. But if we find that if it's too difficult, we might boost your score a bit based on if suppose you are on 79.5, and if it's 0.5 that will get you to an elite, we would be happy to push you onto that elite stuff. So, but that means you have to have attempted everything. So that's the only criteria. If you attempt everything, we will be on your side. If you don't, it's very difficult for us to justify boosting your score to the next level. That's what I understand from the algorithm that they have. Thank you for your question. Hopefully that answered your question. Okay. Let me just check YouTube chat. No, there are no further questions. Looks like we are all clear.
Bala, so there's one query in the discussion forum as a learner asking about a video on set and system. So do we want to redirect them to a YouTube video, one of the old YouTube videos we have, or
yeah, this is.
Do you want to quickly talk about it?
Yeah, this is one of the very first video that we suggested at the very beginning. And this video can be easily found in the internet, because this is video which comes from society who are working about study of the. Now I'm copy the link into the chart, and with this link you can watch this video once again. And this is kind of resource that we use from system innovation. I took this example because it's well done from system innovation courses. Yeah, this is a 4 minutes 34 seconds video which people can watch in order to see what do we name system and what is not system, because the technology, technically speaking, it is not system, it's artificially made system. Okay, this is a technology. So that's why this is critical to see the difference. What is the difference between system and set? Is it good enough to answer the query?
Yes, it is. It is great.
Good.
We just wanted to redirect the learners to that video as well.
Yeah.
This link you shared really helps.
This is freely available.
Yes.
In my case, I suggest this to my students in order to grow up their motivation to follow the entire course, because this course is you can see the video one by one from 1 to number 10, I guess, in order to understand about system innovation as a subject.
Yeah, I pasted this link on the YouTube chat as well. So for people who are watching this recording, can also watch, get the link from the chat. We will post it on the discussion forum as a response also. Once
Yes, I
this
just
live session
did
is done.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, like what Professor Dmitry says, it's a simple search on YouTube. Sets and functions is one of the top hits that you can get.
Yeah, this society, System Innovation Society, they suggest different courses, and they have the channel in YouTube. This is just part of what they are doing.
Right.
It's not their main activities, but this is a pretty interesting society who are putting interesting findings available for other people from pedagogical point of view. So it's
Okay.
useful.
Yeah, very useful. Thank you so much. Thank you for that resource. So I guess we can wrap it up, Siddharth, or are there any other unsolved queries?
That's all I want.
That's it. Okay. All right.
Now,
So thanks a lot, folks, for participating in this course and being enthusiastic about the content and giving us timely feedback as well. We wish you good luck for your exams. They're coming up. Any query, any doubt, concern that you may have regarding the exam, the hall ticket, the timings, or any content in the course, please use the discussion forum, and we'll be happy to get back to you as quickly as we can. We are three human beings. We are trying to resolve your queries, so it will take us a little bit of time. We are not ChatGPT efficiency yet, but we will do our best to be as efficient in responding to your queries. So all the best for your exams, and we'll see you in the workshop. We are eagerly looking forward to your participation in the workshop. So take care, folks. Have a nice day.
yeah, we are curious to see your results. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you,
Siddharth
Dilip
and Professor Dmitry.
Bye.
So much.
Thanks, professors.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Dilip, for your participation. Bye.
Bye.